have to at least deal a certain amount of damage, and he didn't.
He did not. We'll see what he does in game number 2. We'll see if he goes for another aggressive attack or if he goes for a pretty standard game. This is the finals, and we are going to be playing on Ohana.
To the top left of the map, we have the Brood War player. Here we have one of the players who won the first Ready Action tournament. Back then, he won against Ace in the final. This is SOS, aka Shy. And to the bottom right, we have his opponent. Up ahead 1-0. In this best of 3, it is Slayer's Koka.
The music here getting a little bit zergy, a little bit scary.
Me likey.
Oh, what's going to happen next? That is the question.
Yeah, I'm still impressed by how Koka played this, but let's see. Might have been a lucky punch. I don't think so. I think Koka is this good.
So. Yeah, I agree.
But maybe Shy is able to get back into this best of 3. Maybe he's able to win on Ohana. We have the pool now at 15, at 14 actually. No, at 15. My bad. And let's see how this is going to work out. Standard strategy, of course, opening with the pool. Don't take a gas, going straight into the expansion. It's more the question, what exactly is Shy going to do here? He is just gathering up minerals, and he might start with the Nexus first on this map.
I mean, this is a tough position to be for Shy. He is down a game. This is the finals. Whoever wins this advances. Going Nexus first here. The strategy he has planned here, he may not even have a strategy plan. This is just kind of like a spur of the moment thing. When you have to go through a bracket like this, you can't prepare builds for certain players. His first game, he just got totally shut down. And now, what is he going to do? What sort of build does he have planned? That's the question. Is he going to try to do another build? He's probably thinking to himself, well, Koka's beaten so many players in the late game, I can't beat him there. But he's kind of got my number on this push. What do I do?
And of course, well, the player that he's up now is currently a Code B player. But he's definitely playing on a higher level.
Yeah, especially, you know, with how well he's been doing in Team League recently.
Yeah, I mean, his Team League results are basically insane.
He
currently, what ranking? 2? I think it's 2.
2, yeah, I believe so.
I think he has 10-3 and Symbol has 10
yes,
10-2.
That's exactly
But Koka
correct.
is the one player out of the 2 of them who can still just increase his ranking by winning a couple of games in the final.
Yeah, if he wins even 1, he's first place.
Exactly.
This is Koka looking at his finest right now. He asked Jessica to trust him, and she did, and he came through. Look at this, finds the probe, makes Color spill his hot 6, man, when the probe died. He was like, how does he know where everything is?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't spill it, but it was close. It was very close.
Okay, that's good to hear.
But the last game was just really impressive, and I don't think he's going to stop here. He has 3 bases now. He's going for the 3rd base. This is just standard opening for a Zerg player. This Overlord positioning is, of course, again, very normal. I don't want to call it exceptional, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do. The Overlords are in position to the left side of the main base and to the top right of the expansion. He will scout everything that Shy is going to do. There's no probe on the map. This is the first job as a Zerg player in this matchup. After you take your 3rd base, you need to make sure that there is no hidden probe somewhere in the map, no pylon, no nothing. The Zealot now trying to get the Zelnaga Watchtower and get some scouting information, whereas Shy decided that this game he is going straight for a Stargate, but after he starts the tech for the Warp Gates.
Yeah, Stargate coming out fairly quick, but as you mentioned, Warp Gate research first. What is the follow-up here? How many Phoenixes is he going to make? Is he going to go just pure Phoenix? Is he going to go Void Ray into Phoenix? How many Phoenixes does he make? Does he wait? Does he hide Phoenixes? Does he try to force the Hydros then to go into a 2-base Colossus push? Does he try to hold a 3rd? These are all questions that will be answered very soon. With already getting into the 4th gas, it's looking like he probably is going to follow this up with Colossi, but it's not certain yet.
And of course, on the other hand, we have Koka just trying to scout now. The Overlord is in the main base, trying to spot this. I don't think he's on the right path, though. He's headed straight to the upper corner of the map, and now he's changed direction to the top left.
The Overlord's on the wrong path, man. Somebody's got to set him straight. Oh, but this Overlord.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. Ah, watch the minimap, son.
I thought you were talking about the other Overlord.
Nah, sorry.
Sorry, Overlord, I misjudged you. How can you doubt me? I I gotta put more faith in these overlords sometimes.
You should have pulled him once, you're Jay, and he's just like, I hate you.
Why do overlords lick the camera?
What do the what?
Why do the overlords lick the camera? Watch this portrait.
Because they can.
Watch it. Oh, he's not gonna do it. He's like, I'll die before I lick the portrait for you.
Wouldn't you? If you could?
No.
Yeah, you probably would look a little bit silly.
I would look silly. I wouldn't do it.
Everyone would. Maybe not MC, because that's what he does.
Not see, he's thinking about it. He's like, you think I'm gonna lick it? He's like, yeah.
And here they are, the Phoenixes. Of course, Koka saw this and he started to react with those spore crawlers that he's building. He has a few already in position. He's getting additional ones, as you can see. 6 spore crawlers in total. Currently, the supply is about even, and supply blocked our Zerg player here, who starts with this lair attack. He's halfway done. He's going for the Roach +1 attack, which will also benefit the Hydralisks, of course.
Yeah, did he get a Hydralist then? Or no, his lair isn't done yet.
Not just yet. So he's just relying on his spore crawlers. This is why he built so many of them.
Yeah, support bay on the way. He's trying to force the Hydras with this. Gets back.
Koga has a decent economy, but so does Shy, 58 against 55 Harvesters. And you can see that he was not able to pick off a single queen.
I don't know about this.
No, wasting energy on the Phoenixes for Zerglings is not really what you want to do. You want to kill drones, you want to kill roaches, but not Zerglings. This is so not worth it. 1 Ling is worth 25 minerals, so nah.
And the Hydralist Den is coming out. He has succeeded in forcing that. And look at the Robotic Support Base is going to finish before the Hydralist Den. That is a pretty happy position for a Protoss who's trying to force this. On this map, you can try to take a third after you force the Hydras.
And here we go. He doesn't have the energy for the lifts. Now he has at least a little bit of energy, but the energy that he wasted on the Zerglings is definitely something that he's going to regret now. The one thing that Koka wants to know here is that a third base is already streaming across the map. He wants to prevent him from taking it. And, oh, wow, nice. He saved the probe here.
Oh, just like, I'm sorry! I'll leave him alone.
Phoenixes to the rescue here.
The other roaches are like so in shock that roach just got lifted that they don't even try to run. They're like, oh my god, that roach is in the sky.
He's splitting his Zerglings here. What is he doing with the Zerglings?
I don't know.
He's basically just showing that he's not busy enough. There's not enough happening on the game right now to keep him occupied.
He's trying to grab these units, it looks like. Well, the force fields are set.
He's splitting them, and he's... Look how many force fields he actually
Look at how
out.
perfect they are, though. Oh my god.
The first fields are spot on. Very well done by Shai here. On the other hand, Koka is able to force them out. And I think he's just trying to keep the sentry energy low at this point. Is he trying to hit a timing here?
Well, he's making one Hydralisk.
He's getting for the Spire, he's going for the Hydralisk. We don't have any kind of shenanigans going on as, for example, a Nidus network in order to start a forward Nidus. And Shai is now taking his third base. Koka's playing this a lot more cautious than he did on the last map. Of course, the strategy that Shai used on Cloud Kingdom forced the reaction out of him, but now he's trying to take his 4th base and playing this a lot more laid back.
Yeah, he's going to be able to make Corruptors with that Spire that he made. Sending these Hydras out alone, I'm not sure how effective this is going to be. A little bit risky. Need some support for those. I thought he was about to pick up some of those lanes or something.
They are the Hydralisks, and they're just daring the Phoenixes to waste more energy. Because those Phoenixes, of course, in the push itself, they can lift Hydralisks, and there are not a lot of them. If he lifts every single one of them, then that's definitely trouble for Koka. Shai is looking a lot more stable here. He's not going for a coin flip strategy this time, and this definitely benefits him. And Koka is now willing to commit a lot more to Hydralisk. Now that he has the Spire tech and starts with the first Corruptors, he's building Hydras as well. They have a huge DPS. They are great against gateway units, but he needs to make sure that he takes down those Colossi. Yeah. And he's confident that he will be able to do it. If not so, he wouldn't build additional ones because he knows of his opponent's Colossi count already.
The Corruptor count, let's see how many Corruptors he decides to commit to.
Oh, there's 7 additional ones.
7 additional ones. And that puts him at how many exactly? Looks like it's going to be about 7 to 9.
Oh, he snipes the Forge. No more upgrades and gets out again. Nice poke.
That's a great poke.
Trying to force his opponent to commit here, but Shy is a little bit hesitant now. Being on 3 bases, though, a great position for him to be in. That's exactly where you want to be, 3 bases. Shy is now following it up with double Forge in his main base. Of course, the Forge at the wall of we just watched it being picked off. So he wants to go for the double upgrades. Also going for Blink here, but additional Corruptors for Koka. And given the count of Colossi, this is a great idea. This is actually exactly what he needs to do. If he has a huge amount of I would just ignore the Phoenixes, to be honest with you. Ignore the Phoenixes, focus down Colossus after Colossus, use Corruption, and as soon as they are gone, this ground army is going to town. I can promise you that much.
I think so.
It's very vulnerable with the amount of Hydralisks and Zerglings that he has, but once the Colossi are gone...
There's a lot of Roaches in there as well, 23 in total. This army is really strong, 20 Hydralisks. He needs those Colossi gone, though, before he can fight with this. Oh, I think this may be a mistake. We'll see. Force Steel's being dropped down. He needs those Colossi. He's going to try to use his Corruptors over the palm trees here.
They're just dancing around each other right now, trying to find an opening, and now we go. We have the Corruptors in position. Corruption is being used. Colossi number 1 is gone. The second one dies too. Here comes Koka. Shy trying to defend. Another Colossus dies though. He completely ignores the Phoenixes, and so he should. He's forcing his opponent's Colossi back into a corner and snipes the last one. At least he tries to. There are 2 left. And Koka is still in a supply lead. He has 180 supply against 150, but an offensive blink by Shy as he realized that Koka doesn't have all his units at the front.
Yeah, and that offensive blink, man, is really going to offend Koka. He cannot believe he's killing all of his units, but yeah, he's in a supply lead. But this push that's coming out is really, really scary. Does not have +3 on the way just yet. That's +2, but he's got a decent amount of Stalkers with this.
Yeah, but all the Colossi are gone. He lost every single one of them, and only 4 Corruptors left. So most of the supply is really ground supply. That's supply that he can use.
Oh, he's got a flanking. Flank is going to be so good here. He picks off the Immortal at the back. Where is he going to blink to? It's pretty awkward at this point as he's basically totally surrounded here.
He's fighting on creep. This will allow the Roach to close the distance really fast. And this is exactly what Koka does here. Shy is losing Stalker after Stalker and he's dropping in supply. He's already 70 supply below his opponent. The next round of Warp-ins might be able to help him a little bit with this. But Koka is looking so strong once again. The Phoenix is even swooping in to use Gravity Beam. Shy might be able to take down this army, but no.
GG.
2-0 against Shy. Koka is advancing. He took the final and therefore is advancing to the Korean WCS qualifier.
Yeah. Slayer's going to be really happy. There's Jessica. I can't see her face, but I can already tell you based on her hat right now, that is her. Jessica wears hats like that a lot, and it's unmistakable.
Is that her happy hat?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about which hat goes with which emotion or which day, but she wears hats a lot.
Did she wear the weapon again?
I did not.
Huge bracelet thingy?
That, I think, is only for GSTL.
I really think that if you try to rob Jessica, it's a dark alley, Jessica walks down the alley and suddenly there are 3 guys just jumping out of the shadows and trying to rob her, she will throw that thing at every single one of them and they will just die on the spot. Did you see it? It must be so heavy. She's probably like really strong, you just can't tell.
I'm sure that's what's going on.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're going to have a quick little break here. When we come back, we'll have another match. We don't know which one just yet, but you'll find out
let me have a quick look at the brackets.
Yeah,
I just want to find out if we have already a few of the other finals done, if there are additional players that advanced already. Koka is one of the guys who is going to advance to the WCS qualifier in August. As I already told you, I don't have a result for Curious against Tree. JYP got defeated by Tree, by the way, in the semi-final. So Tree up against Curious now. We have Koka winning against Shy. Creator took down Pet with 2-0, so he is also participating in the Korean WCS qualifier. And we are still waiting for Happy versus Best, and also for Tree against Curious, as I just mentioned. So we might have another game for you. We're not sure just yet, but we'll find out out. We have a quick break, and then we are back with a qualifier for the qualifier.
자신의 페이스로 끌어들이는 데까지 성공했었는데 의도는 좋았고 의도도 먹히긴 했으나 결국 덫에 걸려든 물고기가 덫을 찢어버리고 어부를 물어버렸어요. 최정환 선수가 확실히 장난이 아니었다라고 볼 수 있겠습니다.
자, 그런 경기력이 나오면서 최종원 선수가 결론적으로 본선 진출자가 됐습니다. 자, 이렇게 돼서 모든 경기가 종료가 됐다고 그래요. 저희가 이제 남겨져 있는 게 빠르게 진행해서 또 보여드리고 하려고 했는데 아마도 다른 조에서도 결승전이 좀 2대0 승부가 좀 나오지 않았나라는 생각이 들거든요. 과연
그러네요.
어느 선수들이 최종 진출자가 됐는지 한 조 한 조 여러분들에게 정리해 드리겠습니다. 자, 일단은 2조인데 2조에서는 이원표 선수가 진출했어요.
그렇네요. 이원표 선수가 김현목 선수를 제압하면서 본선 진출에 성공했네요.
자, 이어서 다른 조도 한번 보기 전에 그러면 이제 이원표 선수가 한번 어떻게 올라가서 어떤 소감을 또 이제 갖고 있게 되는지 한번 좀 인터뷰를 제가 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이쪽으로 앉으세요. 예. 또 이제 카메라 앞에서 딱 당당히 서 계시는데, 자, 이 그룹에서 자 이걸 청해 주시면 되고요. 예. 자, 이 그룹에서 먼저 올라간 이원표 선수. 일단 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
예, 최근에 워낙에 또 경기력 좋았고 오늘 이 그룹에서 굉장히 또
We're
잘하는
having an interview with
선수가
Curious.
나타나요. 걱정도 좀 됐을 것 같은데 막상 또 이 경기 보니까 오늘 굉장히 좀 순조로 오셨나요?
좀 사실 오기 전에는 걱정을 좀 했었는데 막상 오니까 게임도 잘 풀렸던 것 같아요.
네.
Before he came today, he was a little bit worried, but the actual games that he played went pretty easily for him.
편하게 할 수 있었던 것 같아요.
그렇습니다. 이미 진출했으니까
네.
편한 마음으로 물어볼게요.
I felt
딱
comfortable in the
DCPO가
preliminaries
공개됐을
today,
때,
says
야, 이
Curious.
선수랑 만나면 좀 어렵겠다 또는 이 선수가 좀 껄끄럽겠다 느꼈던 선수 있었나요?
테란전이랑 저그전 같은 경우에는 워낙에 자신이 있는 편이기 때문에
네.
상관없었는데 요즘에 프로토스전이 많이 힘들더라고요.
프로토스가 윤용태 선수
I felt pretty confident against Terran players and Zergs, but recently I've not been feeling very good against Protosses.
떨어졌더라고요. 좀 친한 동생인데 떨어져서 안타깝긴
I was a little bit worried about JYP, but he lost earlier, so I didn't have to play against
최근에
him.
좀 이제 뭐 팀리그나 뭐 개인 리그나 여러 가지 따져봤을 때 사실 이번 대회에 대한 어떤 갈증이나 반드시 올라가서 내가 뭔가 보여줘야 되겠다 이런 의지는 좀 많았을 것 같거든요.
예, 요즘 좀 코데스는 계속 올라갔었는데 계속해서 부진을 하다 보니까
네.
요즘에 좀 이번 대회에 올라가게 되면은 좀 많은 걸 보여주고 싶어요.
자,
Even
어떤
though I was in
경기를
Codes, I got knocked out in the early rounds.
나 이원표는 올라가서 이런 거 보여주겠다.
I haven't been able to perform well in Codes, so I really want to show myself and show my good performances in WCS specifically in a different tournament.
예, 경기로 보여드리는 게 맞을 것 같아요. 제가 전에도 그 전승 우승할 때였나요? 그때 올라가고 나서
네.
좀 뭐 재미를 드리겠다 이제 좀
I don't have any confident comments to fans. I just want to show
그러고
good
나면 꼭
matches.
결과가 안 좋더라고요.
그렇죠. 뭐 백날 저처럼 말만 뻔질하는 것보다 행동으로 옮기는 게 무엇보다
If he
중요하다.
feels a little bit
그러면,
superstitious, if he says something about his goals on stream, then the results aren't going to be good.
더욱더 이제 큰 무대에서
Kind of like
본선
when
무대에서
you
이제 또
tell
이제
people what
멋진
you wish for on your
경기를
birthday, I
하실
guess, type of
이번
thing.
본선 목표.
I don't believe in
뭐
these
제가
superstitions.
정말 오랫동안 부진을 했기 때문에
네.
우승 아니면은 별 다른 걸 목표에 차지 않을 것 같아요.
그렇습니다. 이번 대회 무조건 올라가서
I was struggling for a long time,
마지막으로 이제
so if I don't become the champion of WCS,
팬 여러분들에게 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
I'd feel pretty
제가
unhappy.
아직까지는 팬분들이 그렇게 많지 않은데 제가 그동안 많이 부족해서 그랬다고 생각하고 앞으로 계속해서 더
I don't really have a lot of
많이
fans
보여드릴
yet.
테니까 저 팬분들
But I
많이
think it's
들었으면
because I didn't perform that well
보십시오.
recently, so I'm going to do really well this time.
앞으로도 좀 많은 사랑, 관심 부탁드리면서
So he hopes a lot of people
좋은
become
경기력
his fan.
기대하겠습니다. 감사드립니다.
Well, don't worry, Curious.
네.
I'm your fan. You
자,
look so
이어서
dangerous in
저희는
the booth.
그러면 F조 상황도 한번 여러분들에게
Really curious. Well,
정리해드리겠습니다.
that concludes his interview. We are going to go back to our little break time. See you guys in a
방금
few.
끝난 경기. 와, 완벽한 경기력. 프로토스를 손바닥 위에서 쥐고 흔드는 그런 경기 운영을 보여주면서 슬레이어스의 최정원 선수가 올라갔는데 또 최정원 선수도 한 말씀 들어봐야 되거든요. 제 옆엔 이미 최정원 선수가 앉아 계십니다. 자, 빠르세요.
네.
자, 일단 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
야, 약간 좀 긴장도 될 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 지금 경기 끝난 지 몇 분 안 돼서
네.
긴장감도 좀 맴돌 것 같은데 오늘 경기 좀 어땠나요?
오늘 경기는 일단은 캐스파 선수들한테는
네.
일단은 지지 않는다는 마인드로 왔어요. 우선은.
지지 않겠다.
네, 다행히 앉아서 네, 괜찮은 것 같아요.
Alright,
자,
guys.
그리고
Koka
이제
interview.
워낙에 최종원 선수가 포진되어 있는 존은
He was really
또
confident
뭐
today
스타 플레이들도
coming to
많았잖아요.
the qualifier
김태경
and
선수도 있었고,
playing the
그리고 또 이제
qualifier.
마지막
He's
경기할
really happy
때도
that he
굉장히 긴장이 되면 왜냐면 김민 선수가 또 크로스 매치에서도 맹활약을 했었고 여러 가지 좀
advanced
보여준 경기도
to the
최근에
next
많았어서
round to the qualifier
약간은 그런 어떤
and
그것 때문에 조금 더 긴장되거나 그런 건 없었나요?
yeah, sorry, we didn't know that there were two interviews back to back, so
잘하죠.
Wolf was already in the
근데
backstage
네,
area.
아직은 좀 더 연습을 더 하셔야 될 것 같아요.
아,
Shai is
그렇구나.
performing really well recently.
그러면
He won his matches at the cross match, which is the ready for action match that we mentioned earlier. So when he was playing against SOS, aka Shai, he's a very strong player and he has a bright future in StarCraft 2. This is what Koka just said. We don't have any games today, by the way, left. So everyone apparently advanced. So are currently in the games. You saw Curious just earlier, now with Koka. Just a side note.
그렇죠.
Koka's goal is
아까 했었나요?
제가 안 해서 확실히 잘 모르겠는데
어쨌든 다승왕 뭐
염두에 두고 있나요 그런 거를?
yeah, for his team to win in Busan. That is what he really wants to do right now. After this, he's going to concentrate on WCS and the personal tournaments. But right now, it's just more important. He's battling with Puzzle for the most wins in the GSTL right now, and he really hopes that he will be able to be the one who succeeds. Though at the finals in Busan against FXO, they really want to get the lead in the personal ranking
앞으로
for the team league.
최선을 다하는 선수가 되겠습니다. 열심히 노력할게요.
나 노력하겠다.
네.
아주 마지막
A quick shout out to the fans. Quick shout out to the fans in the future. He is just promising everyone that he will always give his best. He wants to play good for his fans. His goal in WCS is to become the champions and to go to the finals.
자, 그리고 최종원 선수에게 팬 여러분들이 많은 사랑과 관심을 좀 주셨으면 좋겠고.
Pretty cool guy,
자,
really
다음 주
strong
경기들과
work,
함께
has a
또 하나의
bright future
인터뷰를
ahead of him.
해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 최종원 선수는 감사드리고요.
And
자,
after those results, we are of course having
HG는
another interview. I think.
결국에는
Okay, so Happy apparently advanced. Happy was able to beat Best, and therefore we have once again only GSL players advancing in this stage of the tournament. Tomorrow we are back. I just want to point it out once more. And there he is. There's Happy. He was able to beat Best.
명성에 걸맞는 결과를 또는 예선에서 만들어 주셨네요. 오늘 어땠나요?
오늘 거의 프로토스전만 했었는데
예.
대체적으로 다 그냥 초반 빌드를 써가지고 좀 빨리빨리 끝냈던 것 같아요.
He says, today I played a lot of matches against Protoss and I used a lot of early builds to end the match very quickly.
뭐 2세트부터는 보지 않을까라고 생각했는데 먼저 끝내버렸어요.
And that's why he was able to advance easily.
어땠나요?
We
왜냐면
talked a
많은
little
팬
bit
여러분들
earlier
그
with
승률
Wolf that
정말
this is
보고
one of the
싶었을 것
strategies that the
같은데
Casper players might be a little bit vulnerable
경기
to.
내용 어땠고
But he just
어떤 부분이 좀
mentions
잘
that
되는
this is
것 같다.
also why his final match ended so early. This is also the reason why we could not broadcast it, because it was really done just a blink of an eye apparently.
앞마당을 드시고 약간 째신 것 같더라고요.
아 부유하게 갔구나.
네.
아 부유하게 갔죠. 그래서요.
그래서 그냥 해병 염차로
어.
갔는데 거기서 너무 많은 이득을 봐가지고
Best was apparently producing a lot of ropes. He was going for the macro game. That's the one thing that he was trying to do. And it was also the reason why, well, basically Happy decided to go for the early game. He scouted this and he saw what his opponent was trying to do and punished him
반응로 투배럭을
accordingly.
해서 또 앞마당 드셔가지고 또
그렇습니다.
똑같이
예.
똑같은 레퍼토리로 끝나게 됐어요.
역시나 안호진 선수는 또 이제 프로토스를 못 살게 걸면서
It was apparently also the same thing in the second match. Once again, Best trying to go for the late game and Happy able to edge out an early win against his opponent. Was playing really aggressive here, which you already stated earlier. So yeah, this is basically the strategy and what happened in those games. And yeah, pretty straightforward apparently for Happy. Congratulations, of course, as well for reaching the well, for qualifying for the qualifier.
아마 이제
And guys, I want to point this out again and again. I'm sorry that I repeat myself, but tomorrow we'll be back with the next qualifier groups, 2 of them. There's another question to Happy. He's just telling the interviewer that he thinks that there's not a lot of difference between the Casper players and the StarCraft 2 players right now. He feels that they are already on eye level. They might need a bit more experience, but he thinks that they are going to catch up very, very soon. So he's basically just confirming what most of the players that faced Casper players today already said.
보고 왔어요.
예, 그 경기 보면서 같은 테란이고.
He thinks that Flash has the most potential out of the StarCraft 1 players.
네, 빌드가 굉장히 좋으시더라고요. 준비하시.
참 이런 것들도 금세 또 되다 보면 서로 또
Flash has very good
발전하고
builds
더
and his
멋진 어떤 경기가 나올
his
것으로
micro is
생각을
very
합니다.
good.
그러면
So a lot of
정말
respect
수많은
here
안호진
for
선수를
by happy
응원하는
for
많은 팬
Flash.
여러분들을 위해서 앞으로
his play
어떤
style.
식의 경기하면서 본선 무대를 플레이하겠다 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
앞으로 지금보다 더
So it's like
열심히
shout out now.
노력해서
네.
Let's see.
꼭 이기는 경기 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
자, 저도 그리고 이제 많은
Few
팬
comments to the
여러분들도 안호진
fans.
선수 끝까지 응원할
He's gonna
테니까
try harder than
본선에서도
ever,
충분히 또 좋은 모습
and he
보여주시기
will try
바랍니다.
to win
자, 오늘
his matches.
감사합니다.
Well, I hope so.
예.
감사합니다.
자,
Would be a little bit
이어서
pointless
최종
if he would
경기
stop the
결과도 여러분들이
matches
한번
with the
정리해
intention of losing.
드리겠습니다.
So, yep.
어떤 경기 결과들이 만들어졌는지
Once again, just a quick shout out to his fans and that he will put in a lot of effort in order to be successful and to win games for them. And here we have the brackets once again. Tomorrow we'll be back. We have once again a lot of groups tomorrow. We have players like Bomber, Marine King, Jadon is playing, Nesty. So many of them. 11 a.m. KST we are going to start our broadcast, which equals 4 a.m. for the Europeans. I think for the guys at the East Coast, this is roughly, let me think about that, should be like 9 p.m. for you guys. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think it's roughly 9 p.m. for everyone who's living at the East Coast. So definitely make sure to tune in tomorrow. You can either tune in on GOM TV or Twitch TV stream. We'll be back tomorrow. This is it for the day. Wolf is already in the backstage area. And yeah, we're gonna wrap up now, and I see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great morning, evening, or whatever where you live. So before I embarrass myself any longer with just rambling on, bye bye guys. See you tomorrow.
조금 아쉬움이 남습니다.
Bring it down. I will do what must be done. Go to the next level.